Hey everybody, this is Evan Carthy with evancarthy.com, and what we're going to go over today is the S&P 500 or the ES. We're going to go over oil and also Netflix. They just had their earnings report last week, and there's a bunch of questions about what's going to be next for them. Then also I want to show you two Forex trades I am in, because based upon where they're at right now, there's still some really good upside to be made from them. So without further ado, let's get on with it and let's look at the ES. Alright, so last week the ES it finally started retracing back up, actually more than a week ago, but as you can see we had that big move down right there and everyone's talking about big bear market's going to be here, and then you see that V bottom and it popped right back up to it. So based upon this, what you're looking at right here, the way I trade, my favorite setup right now, it's the lightning trade setup. Now I don't trade the ES. I would like to day trade it eventually, but right now I'm not doing that again. So what we had here was this right here is just a simple Fibonacci extension level. You can see price broke out of it right there, and that would signal the beginning of the lightning trade. You could, once price broke up, you could get in right there, and then your exit would have been the 1.27% extension level, which would have been around 3005. I have traded like that before, but I really don't like doing that. It is momentum play. It does work a lot of times, but then the times it doesn't work, you have to get in on at some other areas, and it really ties with the leverage for the money you have in play. So as you can see, it started up and then started retracing down heavily, had a little resistance at that 38% level and 50%. Now once price comes down and hits that 38% level, you would move your exit. Your exit would move up to the 100% level. As you can see, price never even went up and hit that and continued going lower. So then once price hits the 0%, or the beginning of where we first draw the Fibonacci extension level, this is where your exit's going to change again, and for the last time. So what's going to happen is the price came down and hit it. So once it does, you're going to move your exit just below the 50% level, which probably would have been around 26.38, or you can go a little below if you want to, 26.35. I don't have my exits when I do take these trades right on the 50% level, because I have seen price plenty of times before go down and hit it, come back up and barely touch it, and probably not enough to get you out of there. So in my experience, the way I trade, I like having it just a little below to ensure I get out of that trade right there. So as you can see, price went down, hit it very easily, showed some great support right there, and then let's see if it hit 127 the opposite way here. Came down close to it, didn't hit the 127%, but no matter, doesn't matter. But as you can see, posted right back up, hit it perfectly right on the 50%. If you were in it, or if I was in it, that's where we would have gotten out. And then on Friday, I really thought that price would take a step back and breathe. One of the other reasons why is one indicator I do look at that I don't trade off specifically as far as my buy and sell signals, but it does give me a good indication about getting in, is the MFI, or the money flow index. And as you can see, when it got down here, it was way oversold right here, plus it being a lightning trade at the 0% level, and you wouldn't have to move your exit again. That would have been a great time to get in right there. And like I said, you would have had your exit right here. But anyways, since it came up and completed this Friday, I thought it would have been over for it, which it was, but price continued to have a extremely strong day on Friday. You can see it ended up at the top of this candle right there. So the bears were far out of their positions over there, and lots of shorts got squeezed for it. So this move is over right here as far as that lightning trade. Now that doesn't mean price continue to go up. It definitely could continue to go up, but for this lightning trade, that one is done with right here. I want to show another level right here for the S&P 500, because what we have right here, that was the daily chart we were just on. This right here is the March contract on a 1-hour chart, and as you can see right here, there is still a lot of move to the upside left for this trade right here. That's on the, that's on the 5-minute chart right there. So this is still from the 5-minute trade right here, but price still has a little bit ways to go for this specific trade to hit right there, about 27, we'll say, well, 27.22 is the top of it, so about 27.20, anywhere from 27.20, 27.15, that would be out of it. So based upon that setup right here, we aren't really done as far as price could go up to the upside some more. So there is still a little bit more room to go to the upside if it does go up and hit there. But if it doesn't, start retracing back and things like that, then you can definitely still get into it if you wanted to go long. So as of right now, I don't feel like the upside is completely over for the S&P 500. I think it still has at least a little bit more room to go. But then after, once it hits that 27.22 level, then I would, you know, kind of expect it to maybe go back down. But after that, I'm not just sure. We just have to wait for some setups. All right, now for the CL, the oil, let's look at that here real quick. This right here, we're going to look at it on the daily chart for the long-term time frame right here. So from this trade right here, this is my 127, 143, 161 trade. Not too glamorous for the name of it, but basically what it is just based on Fibonacci extensions, and the levels I used from it were right there. So as you can see, price came down, hit the 127, never retraced back up. Hold on a second. It barely missed that level right here, went up, and then finally went back down again through the 161. So since price had never hit the 143, it looked like it did, but it actually didn't hit that 143 level right there. It came back up, went back down again, and never, the 161 never went up and back and hit the 143. This would be where your exit is right there, 56, 52, no matter how much lower price gets right here. So as you can see, price went down, hit the 200 level, hit the 261 level, and it's bounced off of there. And the exit I have for this move to the upside is going to be around 56, 52. It's going to go a little lower, 56, 36 for it. Right now it's at 53.99. So there is a little bit more potential to the upside for the current oil move. We'll look at it in that had in here. Yeah, here we go. So here we have it in here as well. This is just on the 1 hour chart for it, and this is also right here. This gray box is actually the my bread and butter trade right here. But what I have set up right here is this is a lightning trade that again didn't get filled. You can see price came down all the way down to the 261 Fibonacci extension level. Let me delete that for it real quick. Because as you can see for the lightning trade, it went up, broke out, never hit the 127.2 level to the upside right there, so it's still in play. Hit down, hit the 38, never came back up and hit down to 0%, never came up, hit the 50% line, just continue to go down, 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 down. So the exit I have, the overall exit I have for it is going to be around, the total is about 69.23 for that level for it to finally get filled, so there's still plenty of ways away. This gray box right here is my bread and butter trade, and what that is you can use, we'll say we use, it doesn't really matter which Fibonacci extension levels we use. We'll say we'll use, well, you guys use this top one right here, and then we use that one right there. So as you can see, price continue to go down and down and down, has never come up and hit and retraced back to the 50% retracement level yet. So it came down, hit the 423, that was kind of the area where it stopped at. And now what I'm looking at it to do is come back up, and there's the 50% level right up here. So for the initial move, where I think we'll see some resistance, that's right here. The 38 will probably hit a little bit of resistance, and then for this trade, for the bread and butter trade to be over, it would be around 59.24 for that to be over. But then, like I said, for this lightning trade setup right here, we're looking at the exit level being around $69 for the price of oil. So definitely for oil right now, it looks like there's a lot more upside to be had for it. So that's where right now, at least for the short to midterm for oil, I'm bullish in it. It doesn't mean that it couldn't go eventually go back down or create another leg down. Yeah, no, that could definitely happen. But just for right now, we're looking at oil to the upside. But for the short term, though, one thing to keep in mind, you can see the MFI right here in the daily chart. It's hit that overbought level for it. So I wouldn't be surprised if price goes up and hits that, and then starts, and then has some consolidation or pullback before it makes it move up again. Like I said, this doesn't necessarily mean that price is right on a dime going to turn, because look at this right here, where price is going down, hit it, hit it, hit it. You can see it's completely oversold, oversold, oversold. Tons, still nothing, nothing, nothing. Still went up, made another leg down before it started going up again. So you can see the divergence there, and that's the reason why I don't use the MFI for strictly take trades off of. It's just more of a general guidance about what to look for at certain levels when price is overbought or oversold. Like here, it would have worked. Here it hit the oversold level, and it pivoted off of it. Here it didn't. It made some divergence before it went back up. So like I said, it's just a good rule of thumb and something to keep in mind. Now we'll go and look at Netflix and see what happened. So Netflix, they reported their earnings. It's kind of mixed. They added a bunch of new subscribers in the way they the way they report, but for the way what Wall Street is looking for, it's kind of a little bearish, mixed bag. But as you can see, after the report, it came down and stabilized a little bit. But what I'm looking for to happen is to actually come back down. This is a lightning trade setup. You can see it came down, we have a pivot, broke up, and just from the levels I'm using right here. But what happened was, so price hit it, never came down and hit the 127, so it's still an active trade for it. Came and hit the 38, never came down and hit the zero line again, came up, hit the 100% line, and then just blasted through it. So right now, I'm of the feeling that I would be shorting Netflix rather than going long right here. Doesn't mean price continues to still go up, but eventually price is going to come back and return and hit. Let me delete this for it. Let me delete the other one real quick. Price is going to come back and take out around $270. So my exit would be probably around like 272, something like that. So currently price is at 338. Definitely could go up against you, but if I was shorting it, I'm not in Netflix right now. I don't have any plans to be in it. I'd be looking at it going down to around the 272 level to get out of that trade right there. And then lastly, what I want to show you a couple of my Forex trades I'm in right now, because some of them show it still has some real good potential to go to the upside. So this one right here, the GBP JBY, the original setup was off of the 15-minute chart for a lightning trade. You can see the pivot point down here, another one right here, price broke above it, and it never went up and hit the 127 extension level. Came down, hit 38, never hit the 0, came down, or the 100, came down and hit the 0, and never went back to the 50. So I'm going to zoom out because it's a little bit easier to see on a higher time frame since it's been going on for a little bit. So see, it kept on going down, had that huge drop that went down that one day, and now it's going up to the upside. So the exit I have for it is just below the 50% Fibonacci retracement level at around 145.832. That's my exit I have right there. I was in a little bit early right here because I was looking for more momentum play. Go back up to 127 earlier, and then I had got in down right here, and then I got in down here as price continued to go low. Unfortunately, didn't get in right here though. I wish I have. I went and put a buy limit order in down there in case the price does go down there, and I'm not moving my exit anywhere. So as you can see from the move down, look at that, hit perfectly off of the 261.8% level right there. And I'm looking for price to continue to go up and eventually take me out at 145.832. And then for this one right here, CHFPLN, for both these right there, if you go long right here, the rollover rate is positive. So each week you'll get a little credit to your account depending on how many excuse me, units you hold to it. And for the CHFPLN, the short rollover rate is positive. So again, if you're shorted, you're getting a little interest credited to your account for holding on to the units of it. Now the setup for this one is going to be the 1 hour chart. As you can see right here, price went down, there's pivot point, went back up, broke through it even just a little bit right there in the 1 hour chart, and then never obviously went back down and hit the 127, hit 38, and came down, hit the 0, hit the 100, never, and has never come down and hit the 50% level yet. Now let me zoom out to a little bit further time frame so it's easier to see. So price has gone back up, and continues to go back up. So when I first saw it right here, actually I just saw it this last week when I was looking to get into some new trades. Price is bouncing around off of the 200 level right there. So I went ahead and got short. My exit's going to be above the 50 level a little bit at 3.57602. So if you get in right now, there's plenty of room to the downside, and I have another sell limit order right here in case price bounces back up right there. So I get in right there. But right now the exit is, like I said, at 3.57678. So there's plenty of room to move for it to the downside. When it's going to happen, I have no idea. It could eventually, go up a little bit further against us, and it keeps on going up. I'll get in probably up here somewhere else. So that's the 261.8. Definitely, if it goes to 423, I'll get in short there again. But like I said, my exit isn't going to move. If that's the exit level I have for it. Just depending on if I'm looking at other trades and things like that, make it a little bit earlier after I'm in profit somewhere. But don't have to move forward. So that's it. Hopefully that helped. If you need anything else, have any questions, shoot me an email, evan@evancarthy.com, or reply somewhere at the website, and hope to help everyone make some money. All right, thanks. Have a great one.